Hey, what's happening? This is your host Tinto, and before we get started on this weekend's episode, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that got me coffees. Yo, the coffees that dropped this week are big numbers. Chi, thank you so much for your contribution. Your comment there is, this is very late, but a belated birthday coffee, and for the drink you were meant to get at Kabza. Thank you for the consistent great work. You're welcome. Hey, Chichi, my birthday was in June, fam. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And then Tinashe MKZ. Yo, guys, Tinashe MKZ. 20 solid coffees. And your comment there is, I've been listening to the podcast for a long time, and today is the day I decided to do mad things. Blood. These are mad things for sure. And then you go on to say, I'm wondering how you pick the guests that come onto the podcast. I'm asking for me. Not sure if there's anything to be learned though, bro. I'm just gonna hit you up in the DM. It's literally that simple. And then next up, Colleen, 15 solid coffees. And your comment there is, Sando Zako and your coffee late to the party with listening to your podcast and is now the best thing I have discovered. Thanks for being a great host. My gosh, thank you so much for so many coffees. Tino, 20 solid guys. I've had a wicked week, Chamar. Tino, 20 coffees, and your comment there is just Chikweret. Tino, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Just Me bought me another solid number of coffees, and your comment there is Tinto. You're doing the Lord's work with this podcast. Don't slack as you have been the last week. Hey guys, it's summer, right? I got burnt. It was 40 degrees like 2 weeks ago. I'm still recovering from heat stroke and every other stroke under the sun and every other disease and illness that comes with the sun. Yeah, I'll hit you up for a breakup story one of these days. Just me, I'm gonna hit you up in the DM. If you'd like to support the podcast in a similar manner, head over to www.buymeacoffee.com/feeling station and give as your spirit leads. Remember, there's nothing too small to support the podcast that you've grown to love. And if you want to look great in the merch that we have, head over to our Instagram or Twitter DMs, drop me a line and I'll arrange for your t-shirt to be sent over to you. And in the next few weeks, I'm going to be sharing some great news about the numbers and how things are looking and what we're doing. We're going to hit a really big milestone. With that out of the way, straight into this weekend's episode. Is that a breakup?
I think we have a situation right here.
On the Feeling Station.
Yo, what's happening, brother? How's it going?
Good, man. How's it?
I was thinking the phone was going to hang up, and just before I hung up, then you came through. Thanks for connecting, my guy.
All right, man. Cheers. I'm here.
Welcome to the Feeling Station.
Good to be here. Feels good.
How does it feel?
It feels good, man. It feels good. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. For those who are listening to the podcast for the first time, it touches on romantic, family, and friendship breakup stories that people would like to talk about, with a view to give you lessons from my guest's experience. Now, I hope you find the story that's going to be shared today entertaining, but more importantly, meaningful given the lessons behind everything we're going to talk about today. So the podcast is popular for two main reasons. The first being I do my best to keep people anonymous, which brings me to the fun part. Are you ready for this one, brother?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So then I'm giving you the name that you're going to use for the duration of the episode. And if you can, do your best to remember.
Okay.
If you don't remember it, it's fine. I can fix it in post-production. So I've gone over to Botswana, which is in Southern Africa.
Uh-huh.
And the name that I'm giving you is Mpho, which is Mpho.
Okay,
Mpho.
that's interesting.
Yeah, very nice and easy. And what that means is gift. So I guess in Shona, that's the equivalent of a name like Chipo, or in Ndebele, it's the name like Sipo.
Okay, gift.
Yeah, so yours is Mpho. Yeah, Mpho, Mpho.
All right.
And what name are you giving the lady that you're talking about today?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it this way. So I'm Mpho.
Yes.
In Tswana. So let's just go with Chipo for her in Shona.
Oh, okay. Nice and easy. So you guys are one and the same, yeah?
Same, man, yeah.
Okay. So you're Mpho and she's Chipo.
Yeah.
And the second reason why the podcast is doing very, very well is there are some real life lessons people are going to learn from the story that you have to share.
Definitely.
So, what would you like people listening to this to learn from your story today?
Okay, first things first, man. This is a breakup story.
Mm-hmm.
People say this almost every day, but
Yeah.
I think it's the most important lesson when people get into a relationship the first time. Never ignore red flags.
Yeah.
You can never change. You can never change a person. The only person,
Yeah.
the only person who can change another person, I can't really say a person, is God. God is the
Yeah.
only one who can change a person.
God is the only one that can change somebody's
Definitely.
heart. Otherwise, as long as you're human, forget about
Forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah.
it. Okay. Do you have a second lesson?
Okay. Second lesson for me is you need to manage your level of tolerance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because it's easy for people to really just take the piss out of a situation if they can.
Exactly.
Because they know that somebody can tolerate it. So they keep pressing buttons and pressing and pressing.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a third one or it's just those two?
Sorry?
Do you have a third lesson or it's just those two lessons?
Well, for now, I think let's keep it on those two. Was everything else will write on those two?
Perfect. So I'll just play back for those listening. The two lessons that we have today are never ignore red flags because you can never change a person. And then lesson number 2, manage your level of tolerance. With those lessons out of the way, Bo, tell me, where did you meet Chipo and why did you decide Chipo is the person I want to have as my girlfriend?
Well, I met Chipo, from Chipo is a girl from church. So it's a funny story, man. I was good friends with Chipo's sisters. Not once in my life have I ever thought, that I was going to have a thing with Chipo.
Okay.
But, through the connections of the sisters and, the linking up, here and there, we started getting closer. We became friends. And all of a sudden, man, we're vibing and boom, it's happening.
So what you've just described is somebody who was never on your radar. And then suddenly it's like, boom. So what is it about it that you liked for you to then say, wow, she's actually worth me becoming my girlfriend? What was it, her looks? Was it the way she spoke to you? Was it the way she thought? What was it?
Well, it was the support for me, man. It was the support for me, the support that she gave me at that particular time. I was just starting up a company, trying to push my vision. And she came and, she portrayed this image like, I totally understand you, guy. I'm behind you. I got you. So to me, I was like, wow, this is the type of woman I've been looking for. Someone who really understands my vision, where I'm coming and where I'm going. So, well, I think we can be good partners. So that's what really, attracted me.
It was the support that she was giving you emotionally for a business that you wanted to start.
Yeah, and everything else around me, man, family, she was so involved. She wanted to know my family. She was just there somehow. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So you've met her. She's got you feeling a type of way. Do you remember the day that you actually asked to become your girlfriend?
Definitely, I do. It was February.
Tell me how you did it, brother. Tell me how you did this one.
So we're talking on the phone, we're chatting, we're texting. So I'm like, you owe me coffee. And she's like, yeah, I remember I promised you, coffee. Then I was like, no, but today it's on me. So what can we do? I can't wait anymore. And then she was like, let's meet now. Where? No, we met in town. We went for coffee to Miko's. We had a coffee. Yeah. So we're chilled there. We're exchanging our backgrounds, everything. We are being open with each other. And then, boom, that's when it happened.
You're like, can you be my girlfriend?
Yeah, man.
Did she give you an immediate response or she said, I need to think about it? Because when I was growing up, if you said to a girl, can you be my girlfriend? She would go for like 10 days. She's like, I'll think about it. And she goes for 10 years. Then she comes back and she gives you one word, which would usually be, yes.
Yeah, she said she'd think about it. And then,
how long did she take?
She took about 48 hours, dude.
Hey, much better than some of us.
48 hours, we then started
Yeah.
talking, more and more
Mm.
and more. And yeah, then we tried it and then we started moving.
What did you like about the relationship the most?
What I liked about the relationship the most,
Yeah, when things were good, yeah.
well, it was the level of transparency that we had with each other at that time that really made me stick. I think that is what I liked about the relationship the most. We would walk around. She's a person from church, right? And you know how it is with these churches. We've got these rules. Hey, sisters and brothers. But we were just connecting, and would break some of the rules. Would walk in town. Holding hands. We didn't care about what was happening out there, dude.
You see, I like rules because rules always make me feel tempted to break them. So what are some of the rules that you had to stick by, and what are some of the rules that you broke?
That's it. That's a trick.
It's not a trick question. It's just curious. Okay. So I guess one of the rules was that you're not allowed to have public display of affection.
Definitely, yes.
So you're not allowed to walk around holding a hand, etc., etc. But you guys used to hold hands, is that right?
Yes, we used to do it, man, and would walk. This is in town, dude. And one of the good days is we're actually going to church.
Really?
We're actually going to church, and we get into a lift, we jump in, it was just like that, man. And our church setup is, when you want to get into a relationship, you have to first go to the pastor, etc. But we had not gone to the pastors yet, and we were just flirting and doing our thing. Then I was like, damn, this is good. It felt good.
Out of curiosity, why did you feel okay breaking the rules? Because, for instance, just from what you just said,
I was in love, dude. Trust me.
You were in love. So love made you break the rules. Yeah. Okay.
I really liked Chipo, to be honest. I really liked Chipo. She was a good person.
So what happened?
Well, so how I met Chipo is I think I mentioned how I met Chipo, but before we started talking, there were these rumors where people would come and say, this girl is like this, blah blah blah. But people would say a lot about her.
Like what? Like what? Because you know the rumors, I don't know the rumors, and the people listening don't know the rumors. So give me one rumor, for instance, about Chipo.
People just saying she's not stable. She jumps from one relationship to another. She's been with too many guys. There was this picture that was being painted about her, and that's exactly what was happening then. So
how come you didn't listen to? So how come you didn't listen to what people were saying?
I was in love. I would actually. You know what I would do when someone comes to me and tell me this person is like this. This person, is not stable. This person has been into a lot of relationship and they didn't work. You know what I would actually do? I would actually go to her and tell her that.
No way.
Trust me, dude.
No way.
I would go and tell her exactly what people were saying about you. And then
no way.
I would then say, but I don't wanna judge you based on your past. I want to judge you based on what you're gonna do now, moving forward.
So for you, would you actually say, okay, so maybe it's Tinto who has said, okay, Chipo has had too many boyfriends before. Would you say Tinto said you've had too many boyfriends, or you say people are saying you've had too many boyfriends?
I would say Tinto with hopes.
So you were exposing your fellow Mpo.
So I would say Tinto came to me. Tinto was telling me what. At some point, I actually recorded one of my fellows was telling me exactly what transpired before.
You actually recorded them?
I did, man.
Because you wanted to play back to Chipo?
Yeah, so that I can see her reaction and...
Mad!
Yeah, bruh. So the reason why people would come to me and tell me
Yeah.
stories about this person, about
Yeah.
Chipo, is because I was coming from another city, right? Another church. I migrated to another church, so
Yeah.
I didn't have much background about this person.
Okay.
So people were coming to me with all this. So you know what? I took it lightly. I was like, you know what? Everyone has a background.
Yeah.
Everyone has a past. So I don't want to judge you based on what happened before.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're telling me you have changed, and if you're telling me that should admit to some of the stuff and then should not admit to other stuff, then I was like, no, it's okay.
What is it that
move on.
What is it that she admitted to?
Well, she just admitted that she had dated, a few guys that she had never mentioned before when we started. Names that started coming up. So yeah, I was like, okay, no, that's fine.
Does this mean you guys had a conversation to say, okay, tell me who you've dated before?
We did, because there was this one guy. We need to give this guy a name, because this guy came back again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, what's his name?
So I think you can give him a name. You're good at naming.
Oh, you want me to give him a name?
Give this guy a name. Let's call this guy Tinto to make it interesting.
Right. Okay. So there's a guy in the equation called Tinto. Fine.
So what drove us to have a conversation around who you've dated and what you've been before is because of Tinto. Because there were rumors that Tinto was smashing, Tinto was doing this and that. So out of interest, I was like, I heard you had a thing with Tinto. Then no. Then we ended up talking about other guys that had come up, and then we had conversations around that. So yes, that is exactly what happened. So
you see, interestingly enough, you said one of the things that you liked about Chipo and what you liked about the relationship is the fact that you guys were very transparent.
Yes, we were very transparent about our past and everything.
But it sounds to me like she wasn't very transparent about everybody who was involved in the past, because there were some names that were now creeping up that didn't come up when you guys started talking.
Yeah. But you know what? You can never, I to some extent, I did understand reasons why she didn't mention some of the names, because some of these guys were the guys that she dated when she was in high school. That age where you're just doing whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But the most interesting, people were these people like Tinto, this Tinto guy who was always there, and Tinto has got a history of smashing ladies and stuff like that. So this Tinto guy, I actually wanted to confirm what happened between you and Tinto, and then she told me we never had a thing with Tinto, we're just cool friends. But at that point, if Tinto had approached me saying, let's get into a relationship, I think I was going to say yes. But apparently Tinto didn't do that. But we would flirt, we'd talk, we'd have midnight calls, etc. She admitted to that, but she never admitted that they had a relationship. I was like, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. No worries.
So, that I think that actually covers the question I was going to ask you. So you told me stuff that she admitted to, and there's certain stuff that she did not admit to. And I'm guessing dating Tinto is one of those things she did not admit to. She says, no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, she didn't admit to that.
But what else did she not admit to?
She did not admit to. Okay, she did not admit to. No, there was this rumor that was just going around that she used to bring guys at home when the parents are not around, etc. She did not admit to that. Yeah, she did not admit to that.
This person is sounding a bit evasive,
She is.
As in, it sounds like there's one side that she paints to the church folk, or people that are within, the close circles if they're not a church. And then there's another view that she gives. Well, not really a view, but a different life that she lives. So, for instance, why would somebody just randomly say this person brings guys home when she doesn't? Because there's no smoke without fire.
Definitely, man. There's no smoke without fire. So you see, I think this is also one of the biggest reasons why I had to just let go certain things. Because, look, I'm this one guy. I don't know you that much. We have just met. We know each other just from church. You know this whole church thing. You meet at church. You part ways at church. You're not really meeting out there. Hanging out. And this person, we have people coming, telling me different people. There's Tinto, there's Panache, there's My Day, and these people they don't connect, but they all come to me telling me certain things about you, and you
I
say
see.
and you say no. You see,
Right.
and you
I
say
get you.
no. So how can five people that are not even related, that don't even talk to each other,
Speak
come
the
to
same
me,
language.
speak the same language, So at first, those were my thoughts, but I was like, you know what? People want to break down a good thing. It's nature. It happens every day out there. So let me not listen to these people. Let me focus
Okay.
on my person. So
Yeah.
trust me, bruh. The first 6 months were the best months of my lives. Everything was
Hey,
everything was just
the way
on
you
point.
say that, bro, it really sounds like it was a good 6 months, eh?
I'm telling, dude, I made my decision to want to be with this person like for life in those 6 months. I was content. I
So
was
you
content.
so you actually thought about making her your wife.
I did, man. I introduced it to my sisters. I introduced it to my relatives, that were coming to church, like we were going to the same church with me. I would post. Dude, imagine we're in a second where you're not even allowed to post to your sister. But then I was so confident enough. And, sadly, I had this close friend of mine. He's like a young brother to me.
Yeah.
So, okay. Interesting. So this young man who is very close to me is also a young brother to Tinto.
Oh.
But we connect.
Okay. This is sounding a bit wild now, right?
Dude,
But yes.
the whole thing is messed up. So, yeah. So, you'd come and advise me, dude, are you sure about this? And I would say, yeah, I'm sure, man. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. Up until, you try to throw things here and there, riddles. But you know what? I never paid attention. Because, dude, look, I'm in love, bruh. Everything
So
is...
so Tinto's young brother would come to you and be like, "Hey, Mpo, are you sure you want to, really move with Chipo the way that you want to?" And you're like, yeah, I want to do it.
I want to
Because
do
we're
it,
in
man.
love.
So, yeah. So,
Mm,
you got to a point where you gave up. You got to a point where you gave up. So, I was like, okay, man. He started supporting me. This guy's a good friend. Trust me. Whatever you do, he will support you. Whenever you're making a mistake, he will tell you, dude, what you're doing is not okay. But when you choose to still do it,
you'll support you.
you'll be behind you. He even went with me to pay Rora, bruh. He was there. Yeah.
You actually got to the stage of paying Rora?
Dude, yeah, I did. So before, no, I think quite Ogumberi. So, okay, this is what happened. I think your question was, so what changed? What happened?
Yeah. Yes.
So, guess guess what? I'm in love. It's 6 months, everything is flowing. Then one day we're having a dinner of some sort. We were at a certain restaurant, we chilled. And then, Chipo was taking pictures of me, sending the other sister who was out of the country, right? Showing off the dude who's currently running things, So I'm like, can I please see the photos that you were taking?
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, what? So I got the phone, started scrolling, just going through the pictures that she was taking. So I think something just popped into her head, into her mind. I don't know what happened. And then she panicked. She was like, give me my phone. What are you doing? What are you doing? Then I'm like, I'm just... And actually, I started making some crazy facial expressions as if I was, going through something else. Then she started panicking even more. That's what she did. She just said, so right now I'm going. It was an evening. It was a Wednesday evening. Yeah, we were supposed to go to church. So we're just having some dinner before we'd go to church. So she started panicking. Bruh, she stood up. She walked out. Everyone who was sitting there was like looking, what is happening? She started saying, Garanophonia, I don't want it now. What. She started shouting stuff. Then she went. So in my mind, I'm like, why is she reacting this
Yeah.
if there's nothing in the phone? So I then was tempted to now get into the phone.
Yeah.
To actually check if something was there. So you know how it is. I started just searching for the keywords. Loud.
Had the phone not locked by that time?
No, it was not locked by that time.
Yo.
So
did you deliberately keep it unlocked? Because in that time where someone is saying, "What are you looking at?" Them standing up, walking off, and say, you can remain with the phone. That's enough time for a screen to lock. Did you deliberately make sure that it didn't get locked?
Yeah, of course, man. Because I was wondering what's happening. Why are you reacting like this? So I knew it. If it logged, there was no way I was then going to check why she was reacting. So yeah, at that particular time, she walked out, bruh. Then I'm like, okay, that's fine. Let me go through this and see what's up. So I then came across a certain interesting chat of this other dude that was never mentioned for the whole 6 months. Right? So I started seeing chats. Hey, what's up? So the conversation was a bit flirtatious. And I was like, who is this? So when we've gone through maybe 3-4 chats and then, but you're interested in this one guy.
Right.
Right? I actually saw a conversation of another guy who was actually trying to, get her, but then it was not interested, but I could clearly see the way she would respond that she was not interested in that guy. But this guy, there was no I love yous, no what. But the conversation was just a bit flirtatious, man. You could tell by the flow that these people can really connect. So that's when I started raising questions about the guy. Then she started explaining to me her friends. She's even friends with the wife. This guy is married. So yeah. So I was like, okay, if you're friends with the wife, why are you having these conversations? So I got introduced to the guy. She was trying to be all transparent, blah blah blah. I even got introduced to the wife as well. Yes. So at that particular time, I'm not confused. Or maybe they just connect. Since he's friends with the wife, maybe they just connect.
Yeah.
So I dropped the boy that particular time, but I was being cautious now. Something in the back of my mind was telling me that
something about this is wrong.
Exactly, it's wrong. So surprisingly, when you're in a relationship and then maybe it's a Saturday there that you're supposed to link up with a person and then this person just tells you, today I can't do it because they give you a funny reason, then you just say yes because you just trust the person. But when you start noticing certain things, when such starts to happen, man, when you're supposed to link up, the person's not available, when the phone is off, you start to say, but I just figured out that there was another guy here. So could it be that this person maybe is linking up with this person? So apparently they were actually linking up even more than I thought, So this guy, bruh, we went for almost 2 years. This guy
2 years?
For almost 2 years. Tinto Linto, this guy was in the picture.
Yeah.
To an extent where, we used to meet in town every day after work, almost every day after work. So I'm staying on the other side of town. So I'm staying north, right? He's staying south. But we would meet in town every day because for us, 5-10 minutes was enough, bruh. Before we parted ways to go to our homes. It was enough for us. But then all of a sudden you're being told, no, I can't meet you because 5 minutes is not enough. Blah, blah. But you're the one who used to tell me that, day after work, please come into town so that we can just link up and then we part ways. Now, time is not enough. So my question was, what has changed? Up until to a point, some days, every day after work, the phone would just go off. And then people would see them and then come tell me, I saw you daisy with this guy, we're having coffee.
With the married guy?
With the married guy.
Mad.
Definitely they would go out, bruh. They were meeting, they were going out for coffees, for dinners, etc. And it continued happening up until I would beg to see my own girlfriend. I remember this other time I was talking to the little sister. I asked her for a favor. Please, can you go and ask your sister to just tell me that she doesn't like me anymore? I just want to hear it from her. You know, when you're in a situation where I was at Warambwa,
Yeah.
she's not saying I don't like you anymore, but you can
Yeah.
feel that. You can feel it.
Yeah.
So this guy was occupying all the space. Cause sometimes.
But I just have a question. There's this married guy that you became aware of. Did you really confront her, like, and ask her what was going on? I know she said, "Oh yeah, I'm friends with the wife, and because the wife were connected." But when you're starting to hear more about them spending time, did you ask specifically why are you spending so much time with this married man?
I would, bruh.
What would she say?
You know what? He's like a big brother to me. The wife is like to the wife. She was calling herself, I don't know, my nini or I don't know, auntie, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
you're just thinking too much. What can I do with a married man? What should give those those silly reasons? And dude, I was confused at some point because I could clearly see that she's linking up with the wife. They do favors for each other, they connect. But at one point, this happened. She actually went to see the wife. And then after that, she linked up with the guy. So me and the wife, we don't know that these people have linked up. Right? Yes. So they'll sometimes link up when the wife doesn't know that they're linking up, and I don't know that they're linking up. So, that then to me started raising some crazy questions.
Yeah.
Up until so at that time now, when this guy is now more visible in the relationship, we are actually like in a more serious relationship. It's now like a courtship. People, the parents now know that we're now in a relationship. It's not official.
Yeah.
So I now had the strength to even approach the relatives to say, this is what your daughter is doing. And some of them tried to talk to her, blah, blah, blah. And at some point, she just said, I know we no longer talk. I told this guy not to call me. I told him that it was not healthy for my relationship. I've realized that, it was wrong. She told me that. And then guess what just did happened? She just changed the phone number to another name. So whenever
Oh my gosh.
or text, yeah.
No way.
How I got to find out that she had just changed the number to another name. So your birthday is approaching. It's the beginning of a new month. So I'm like, okay, it's a birthday month. What can we do? Let's do a photo shoot. So we actually got some guy to come for the photo shoot. We are there, we chilled. So I'm tired. She's still there doing the photo shoot. I said, let me go to the car. So I was actually on a call with the other sister from overseas.
Yeah.
So I'm chilled there. Then her phone is in the car. I'm seeing 7 missed call. And the number is Kuda. And I'm like, who's Kuda? Maybe it's a guy from work. So what did I do? I took the phone. I got into the phone because at this point now I know the password. So I'm dialing so that I can call Kuda on my phone, right? So that I can just tell him, can you please wait a bit? She's busy right now. Can you call Chipo after, an hour or so? And then in my phone, because I also now have this guy's number. So I'm dialing in my phone, bruh. And then let's give this guy a name. So I'm dialing in my phone, and then it's showing Terence. But in her phone, it's showing Kuda. Right?
Wow.
So I'm like, what's happening here? I thought these guys were not talking anymore. So I got into the chat. Then I'm seeing sending I love you to this guy. Then you know what I did, bro? I for the first time in my life, I'm an emotional guy. I'm a very emotional guy. I controlled myself. I told myself, I don't want to spoil her birthday month. So I waited 16 days.
Wow.
So that I can confront her just after the birthday. right? So I waited 16 days, and guess what? I even continued to do everything that was supposed that I had planned to do for her. I got her. I think I remember that time I got her a new iPhone and a few other presents, and then yeah, I gave her. So
Why are we getting presents for someone who's saying "I love you" to another man?
dude, I'd already bought these presents.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you need to give them. You can take them back and sell them.
And I'd not confronted this person as yet. So okay, this is what I believe, Tinto. Whenever I want to walk away from a relationship that is toxic, I'm not someone who's one revengeful, or I just don't walk away like that. I want you to feel the pain. When I walk away, I always play my part, Tinto. So this is what I did. I told myself, I'm gonna play my part. I'm gonna give her the presents. I'm gonna let her enjoy her birthday month, and then I will confront her. And if there's no meaningful explanation, I'm gonna walk away.
But what meaningful explanation did you need when you read messages that are saying to a married man, "I love you"? Like how can that be explained?
It's going to be funny how she defended that statement. I'm coming to it. I'm coming to it.
Okay.
So the birthday came. She got everything. My sisters bought her presents. I gave her a present. 2 days after the birthday, she took a day off. She was supposed to go pick up the little sister from school because the mom had gone for a visit at the other sister's school. So she had to do school run. So she took a day off. She had promised my sister, that she was gonna come and chill with her and get to see my nephew. He was not feeling well. So, but guess what? That never happened. The phone is off now. The whole day, this person is not available.
Hey,
that is the day she's out for what? She's out for some breakfast with this guy, Terence, the married guy. Right. And then I get a text around 2 p.m. to say I'm home. I'm like, so where were you? I couldn't reach you all day. All morning you're not available.
Yeah.
You know what? This is what happened. I went to drop off this to this guy, to Terence's wife. Blah blah. So she said half of the truth. She didn't then tell me that she had also gone for breakfast with Terence and Terence's friends, etc. But guess what happened that very day? Someone from church that knows that me and this person are in a relationship, like a serious courtship, called me with a private number to say, dude, I saw your girlfriend with Terence. Food lovers, breakfast, what, restaurant, what, time. You mentioned time and everything. So this is what I did. I said, okay, I'm just going to ask her, where were you? I want to see how she's going to respond. So she lied. She didn't tell the honest truth. And I was pissed. So now remember, there are now 2 issues. I've not yet confronted you about the I love yous that I saw the day for photo shoot. Now I also get this information that you were with that same guy again the day that you were switching off your phone the whole morning. So what did I do? This is what I did. I knew if they had gone out, one of those, they'll definitely take pictures or do something. So remember, I just got you an iPhone, right? I just made people an iPhone. So I logged into iCloud.
Oh, this guy.
Dude, I'm being honest.
Oh my gosh.
I logged into iCloud to try and just track events and activities. So that was the first time I ever did this. Yeah, of course, I'm a tech guy. What can I do? Let me follow through and see what really happened. So I'm seeing videos and, I think they'd already synchronized to iCloud. So I'm seeing videos and, pictures of these two actually dancing and having fun together that very day. So what I did is I just took those videos and posted them on my status without even telling or confronting him. And then
Mad.
She got her shock of the day. Then,
so you posted videos of her and Terrence, the married guy, on your WhatsApp story?
on my WhatsApp story, and then with a caption that says, "Enjoy my people." Then I chilled.
Lord have mercy.
Then I chilled. So she then started coming to me saying, "Hey, you hacked my phone. Hey, this is not okay. Privacy. Blah 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 blah." So I get this crazy. I get. So this is what I told you. In Zimbabwe, there are these people called Kamtandas or something. The people who go kumamisha and try to extract some crazy stuff from the homes of the villagers. So I told
Right.
you, if we come kumba kwenyu today and we see that you guys own a snake, you're doing juju, right? The neighbors, though, they don't even care whether we came invited or uninvited. The question on the table is, what are you doing with the snake under your bed?
Yeah.
So don't tell me about privacy and what. What is this?
Oh, I
What
see.
is
Oh, I
this?
see what you mean. Okay. Yeah.
And what are you doing with this? What are you doing with this? You told me clearly. You even promised my relatives that you are not going to talk to these people to this person
Anymore,
anymore.
yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm seeing videos. And before this, I saw you sending a message to this guy saying, "I love you." What does that mean? Yeah, he had bought me magetse, kubasa, blah, 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 crazy items. That so don't you know how to say thank you or God bless you rather?
So,
Why do
so
you have
for
to thank someone with an "I love you"?
so as far as she's concerned, she was saying thank you for buying me electricity by saying I love you.
Yeah, and then she went on to say, "You and my little sisters are always telling each other, 'I love you, babe.' Because they are my ninis. To me, they are your little sisters. You know how it is. You know what we call chiramo in Zimbabwe, where like I can call my guru, 'Hey, babe, sweetheart,'
Right.
or my nini." So she
Yeah.
was like, "This guy also to me is like that."
Ah.
Justifying that. So yeah, dude. So this is happening, bruh. This is happening. So we fought, and then she came later on. She apologized. I wanted to walk away from the relationship. She apologized. I gave her another chance, but on the basis that was supposed to then call this guy whilst I'm there, and then just tell him straight up.
Were these people having sex?
That now at this point I'm not sure. But then what then along the way, kept me wondering is she don't let this guy go. You know how
That's
it
what.
is.
Yeah. That's why I'm asking the question.
Exactly, man. I had those thoughts at some point. Trust me. I had those thoughts. Because you know what? When you are a girl and there's marriage in front of you and you have your own guy and it's official, dude, why would you want to risk all that for a married man
Exactly.
when you haven't done anything?
Exactly. And the wife, out of curiosity, Terrence's wife was clueless about all of this. She didn't know.
Terrence's wife was clueless. She's just a housewife. She's mainly chilled at home.
Why didn't you tell her?
She was pregnant at that time. I think she had just given birth, so she's mainly at home.
But why didn't you tell her?
I didn't have that close relationship with her. She was just a person that I just met once. I never had a phone number. We just met once, so I couldn't reach out to Terrence's wife.
Okay.
But what I did then, I went to my nini and then we started having conversations about this issue. And then everyone settled down. You need to let this guy go. What. And apparently, Chipo's best friend then came to me and told me, "You know what, Mopo? This guy growing up, he was our crush from high school, right? They were seniors and, these were PE boys. We had crushed on these guys. I even told people that now that this guy is married, please just let him go. Let's bury the whole high school crush thing." Right? So, but she didn't listen. So at this point, Chipo and the best friends are not connecting that much. The best friend is now married. She's living a straight life with the husband. And she's a person where if she's Chipo doing wrong, she will tell Chipo, this is not okay. So they were not connecting. So to me, then it made sense that Chipo still had kind of like feelings for this guy.
Yeah, she definitely. It wasn't just a high school crush, eh?
Yeah, she had feelings for this guy. So this is happening under my nose. Day in, day out. These people were actually meeting, even though they told me they were not meeting. But the funny part about it, this Terence guy now, I don't know this Terence guy. I don't know his background or whatever. I don't know. I just started knowing this guy when I started finding out messages between, him and Chipo. But then one day, the sisters at church, I've already gone home, right? And then she told me that the pastor actually went to her and told her, Sister Chipo, there is a person called Terence that you are hanging out with. This guy is not a good guy. He will ruin your courtship.
Yeah.
But remember, never had any conversation with pastor about this guy yet. So that's the first time she started kind of like opening up her eyes to say, hey, I think I'm doing wrong. Well, she came, she told me. And then she apologized. You know what? I think this is getting worse. Maybe there's something about this guy that I don't know. Maybe I'm falling in a trap. That's what she told me. But to me, to date, I feel like it was already too late because I just think they'd already done some stuff. Yeah. But it was already too late. So she started being all nice. And, we were so okay after that. But still, I could see she then started to just try and lean towards the wife more. But as a way of, if I come to your place to see the wife, definitely I'm going to get a glance on you if you're there, man. And, I'm satisfied. So that was happening. So, yeah, man, those were some of the big issues. Because it went for about 2 years. We were fighting over and over about this guy.
How this makes zero sense to me. You are a married guy. You've got a whole wife, and you described her as pregnant at some point. And you're messing about with somebody who is your wife too, by the way, Mpo. Because remember, you wrote it. So culturally, she is your wife.
Yeah, man. This is what I told Chipo. I told Chipo, you know what? This guy is probably sexually stuffed. Now that the wife is pregnant, and the wife was away for a while. So I think she has gone to the parents. You know how it is when the wife is pregnant, sometimes she goes to see the mother, etc. So I'm like, this guy really wants something from you, but you're not seeing it. Because how is he comfortable just being around you and, offering you transport every other day to say, I'll pick you up from work, I'll drop you off in town, this. Why? Where is he getting all the time? He wants to take you out for coffee. He wants to drop you off in town from wherever you work from. So I'm like, something is wrong. You're not seeing it, but I am a man. I know when another man is hunting. I am a hunter, dude. I know. This guy wants something from you. But she couldn't see it at that point up until she had to talk to her mom. A lot of other people were involved, and the relative from her side, from my side. And guess what? The reason why I told you never ignore red flags, never think you can change a person. Along the way, I've just engaged, right, with this person. Because after this whole pastor confronting a scene, she totally changed, right? Somehow she changed. She was trying to be good. If they were talking, maybe they were talking behind my back, and she was clever about it. And then this Terence guy, he's got his best friend. I can't really say best friend per se. I don't really know, but I know they are very close because on their social media platforms, they're always together, doing activities together when this other friend is in Zimbabwe. So Terence's friend from the UK apparently also know one of my relatives. he links up with my relative, my Mukwasha at some point. So I think they just grew up together, play ball together, So they are not very friends with like close friends with my Mukwasha, but there are people who just link up from way back. So, but that guy is also good friends with Terence. So
Mhm.
he comes from the UK. He comes home. He's sharing a conversation with Mamukwasha. And I think Mamukwasha, out of the blue, out of interest, he just said, tell me about Terence.
Mm.
We hear that there's a girl that, is involved with from XYZ church. And then guess what? This friend mentioned the first name that he mentions is Chipo Snell. You
Ay.
mean Chipo? We just heard the smashing, dude.
Ay, 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 ay,
That
ay,
hit
ay,
me
ay.
hard. So now we are just looking at each other. Because this guy, this friend, doesn't know that I'm in courtship with this sister.
Ay.
He doesn't know that. So he's just saying stuff to another colleague. Bruh, it hit me hard. I went to her, I confronted her. And then he started saying, he's lying because you also wanted me. Hey, what? He was jealous of the friendship that I had with Terence, blah, 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 blah. He said a lot of things, started showing me some messages on Instagram. I even blocked him. Hey, what. And you know what? I bought that shit. I bought that stuff. It's like, okay, cool. We move. So now she was being careful because she then realized a circle that she thought maybe was a private circle.
Yeah, is not actually that. Yeah.
Exactly. So she was now being careful. And then we started moving. Engagement was done. We started moving, bruh. But she now got a bit bitter about this whole Terence issue. This person really liked Terence to an extent that every other girl that I used to talk to in my life, she told me to block. That level of bitterness, what you say, why are you talking to this person? You need to block this person. I also managed to block Terence. So why are you still talking to this person? So I ended up blocking almost every other girl out of my life. I would not talk to everyone. The only people that were now close to me were herself and the sisters. So that level of bitterness also at some point showed me how attached Chipo was to Terence.
I don't like reading between the lines, but that their association was beyond just them spending time meeting and having coffee.
Definitely. For me, that's what I thought as well. But guess what, man? I'm in love, bruh. But I was in love. I loved this person. So I kept giving her chances after chances. Chances after chances. So on the 19th of May, 2019, that's when my mom passed away. So 2 weeks before that, I told her that I can't do it anymore because, I was feeling some type of way, We had a conversation where she was telling me, hey, you want to control me. I don't have a ring on my finger. Hey, what? Because I'd confronted her about some issues to do with this same Terence guy.
Again?
Was this Terence guy. So we went out to eat, right? And then this Terence guy sent a message of some sort. After he was told to stop texting and calling, when I was with Chipo, she made a call and clearly told this guy, stop texting me, stop calling me. But it is when people are linking up, maybe 5 minutes or an hour later when I'm not there, maybe she probably called this person and said, you know what, I was just joking because this guy was there. People can do that. People can do that shit. So I'm surprised if you really told this guy over the phone when I was there to stop texting you. Why is he still comfortable, sending you a picture with flowers and stuff? I know he was just asking me if these flowers were okay for the wife, but you told him not to call you.
Yeah.
what's happening? So we had a heated conversation, and then that's when we exchanged words. I don't have a ring on my finger. You want to control me? What? No, but you always telling me, stop talking to this person. Stop talking to this person. And at that time, Tinto, there was this girl from the UK, actually, who was so into me to an extent that she sent me some notes. And then this is what I did. I went to my girlfriend and showed her the conversation, and I gave her the lip. But if you want to attack this person and tell her to stop doing this, you can. I was being transparent to this person.
Bro,
I was being transparent with this person.
Mad.
I wanted to lead with an example.
Well, out of curiosity, was Terrence and Cheapo exchanging nudes? Were they exchanging nudes?
No, they were not. I cannot say they were not.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how do you know they were not?
I never came across any notes. No, they would just send each other pictures, comment on each other's lip gloss, what. But
so how did you end up with nudes?
Me?
Yeah, like how did the girl from the UK just randomly decide I'm gonna send you nudes?
It was not random. I was talking to this girl. She was just a good friend of mine, but her intentions were getting, mixed up at some point. So she started.
I've got good friends, but they've never sent me nudes.
Exactly. So this girl, now, very, very interesting stuff. She started telling me how much she thought about me. She started telling me how much she loved me. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not interested. And I also have got a girl, and you're also too far. I'm not interested in long-term relationships, etc. So she was saying, you know what, I do love you. I can prove it. Even if I want to come to Zim, I can come to Zim and give you my virginity to show you that I can be yours forever. What? She was pitching. So at that point, trying to prove, she then sent me notes. Then I went straight to my girl. I told her, this person, this is what's happening. These are the conversation. This is where we've gone through. I should have just stopped there a long time ago, but I kind of entertained it. But
yeah, that's what I was getting at, because I'm not a woman, but I know for a fact that if a woman was to send me nudes, it's because I've made her feel safe to send me nudes.
Definitely. So yeah, I went to my person. I told her that was happening, because I was just trying to be transparent, man. Then we cut out this person. We cut this person out, and every other girl that was close, we then cut everything. But we're still having a fight of Terrence. So yeah, man, Terrence stayed. He stayed right up until I had to tell the parents about Terrence. Like, I couldn't handle it anymore, man. I had to say everything that was on the ground, man. So on the 19th of May, back to the 19th of May, that's when my mom passed away.
Yeah.
But at 19th of May, Tangatata engaged. We were not engaged as yet. 19th of May, but we're having a funeral at my place, and she gave me the phone to go charge the phone. So I don't know, man. A lot of events have been taking place, bro. A lot of events have been taking place. So I just got curious. I know, let me just check if these two are still talking. And then guess what? I came across an audio. People were sending someone an audio saying, you know what, Terrence said happy birthday, so I'm gonna meet him after work, but when Mupo is looking for me, just tell him we're together and my phone is off, we're celebrating a birthday. Bruh, this was at my mother's funeral. My heart was broken into so many pieces.
Hey, that's messed up, man.
And then the explanation was, she sent me some wire transfer, so I had to go and give him some cash. But do you have to lie about it in the afternoon, like around 2 p.m.? Do you have to tell someone to cover for you if you're just going to drop off some hard cash to someone because the person has made the wire transfer to you in the afternoon? Why do you have to lie about it? It's something that you should say, babe, can you please accompany me to drop off some cash
Yeah.
to Terrence, and then we part ways. Why are you lying about it if it was just about that? So, bruh, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. Trust me. It was crazy. But like I told you, I feel like Nandaka Jigisco at some point. So I still continued with my person. Up until everyone now from my side.
Even after you read this thing that was saying, I'm gonna go meet up with Terrence, and then if Mpo asks about me, you say we're together at your mom's funeral, you still gave another chance?
I gave her another chance, dude. I don't want to lie to you. I gave her another chance.
What was it about this woman that you were so hung up on? Because when I asked you at the beginning what you really liked about her, you only mentioned one thing, that she was transparent. And this whole 2 years, she has been the opposite of what you liked, but you still were hung up on her. Why?
So, when a courtship, it's a church thing, and you know how it is. Like in a courtship, it's been months or years. You're dating, and you just have this fear to say, if I quit now, what will people say? And at the same time, you can genuinely tell that the parents really like you, dude. I would have disappointed the parents. So they really liked me. Like, I don't want to lie to you, bruh. They accepted me as who I was, just like that. They loved me dearly. So, so there's this thought, what would people say if I quit now? And remember, there are also people who had told me before who this person really is. And now I'm confused. I'm chilled. I'm like, okay, people will laugh at me if I quit now. They would say, we told you so. At the same time, I don't want to disappoint the parents and everyone around me. So I was trying to just, I thought she was going to change, man. I thought she was going to change. I would sit her down at some point, try to preach to her, trying to tell her this and this about life. This guy doesn't even like you. I continued.
So this was really about saving face.
For me, it was.
It wasn't really about the fact that you were into this woman, because by now she really doesn't care about you. She cares about Terrence, about another man. But for you, this is about saving face.
This is about saving face, man. For me, I was afraid, what will people say if I quit now?
Why was that so important for you?
Man, I don't know, man. But you know how it is when you're in a church environment and there's a lot of doctrine where, if you engage someone, you can't go back, what, except if you find them actually doing the act. It was just hard for me, man. A lot of components were, were already put together, and for me to break them, I was like, how am I going to do it? So this was everything about Terrence, up until to a point where Terrence somehow just vanished and things were okay. And then the most interesting part is Tinto. Remember, there's a Tinto guy. So this Tinto guy was a guy who she had already told me and admitted that at some point she had feelings for this Tinto guy.
Yeah.
So I was told not to link up with Tinto guy no matter what. Because when I first came to this church, I was actually linking with Tinto because I was not involved with Chipo. So I was linking with Tinto and the brother, and they were my people.
Yeah.
So I had to cut off Tinto at some point. It was Tinto and the other guys. These guys, they go around saying I'm this and that. I'm a hoe. I'm a what. So don't talk to these people. So I actually started withdrawing myself from Tinto and the other guys. To an extent, Tinto's little brother said, you know what, dude, we came a long way. You can't just drop me like that. I never did anything wrong. I'm going to stick with you. And he sticked around for sure. Even though I was not really connecting with Tinto, he was still there because he was a good guy. He was just a good friend of mine. He managed to separate the brotherhood and friendship and what. So this Tinto guy is a bad guy for 4 years. Actually, 3 years. This was supposed to be the 4th year. Tinto is a bad guy. And we don't talk about Tinto. We always laugh at Tinto. Whenever we hear that Tinto is done 1, 2, 3, 4 with that girl, or we laugh about it.
Yeah.
But then I've already now engaged and I've paid Rora. And all of a sudden I hear that Tinto is partnering. They're dancing together on a certain wedding with Chipo, right? Then I was like, okay, why didn't you tell me? Because now I'm hearing it from a third part. You know what happened is it was not planned. The person who was supposed to dance with Tinto didn't manage to come. That's very reasonable, but at least you should have just told me, I'm now getting this information from someone else who's actually coming to me and say, Mupo, you know that Tinto and Chipo used to have a thing, but now they've been paid to dance together. But please know that this was not planned. This is a very grown-up person, relative who knows that I've already paid Lobola for what? For Chipo, who's trying to make everything look okay. So they came to me. I was very understanding, dude, because Chipo was the only oldest girl in line to be a best girl for the other part. So it was very reasonable. But the fact that she had not told me, I was like, why? And then guess what? During that time, I've just paid what I've done, and I'm grinding hard to a point where I had a minor stroke. I had to go to the chiropractor to do adjustments and etc. I asked my lady, Chipo, may you please come home and just help me, with your sisters to just clean and, But every other Saturday she was not available, but she was already now linking up with Tinto, going for steps, etc. This Tinto to me is an ex. Because they used to have a fling, they used to do what they do. She never admitted that they dated, but she admitted to everything else.
Yeah.
The flirting, the feelings.
Yes.
But you know what? The world out there actually saying, these guys were dating and we know it. So now this Tinto is now back in the picture. And all of a sudden, Tinto is now my best friend. We grew up together. He's a family friend. What? But for the past 3 years, you told me Tinto was a bad guy.
Yeah.
And never to talk to him. Am I lying? She's actually admitting, yes, I told you that, but you know what? We've forgiven each other, blah, blah, blah. So all this whole facade that she was painting, that she didn't like Tinto and Tinto's family and what, was just a lie, dude. She had feelings for this guy, but they were not connecting at that particular time.
Because she was busy linking up with Terence, so she couldn't split her heart 3 ways.
The funny part is Terence and Tinto from high school are known to have been best friends. Dude, you see what's happening? Terence and Tinto from high school, they used to connect. People say they were actually best friends. So meaning this whole thing that the best friend told me at the time that these guys had a crush on Tinto and Terence.
Yeah.
It was actually true.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Now that this Terence guy is out of the picture, she's now connecting with Tinto. They actually go out for brides at Tinto's farm. They're actually doing, but she's now married. I've already paid Lobola, dude. And I'm asking, why is this happening? I have let go a lot of people that I was close to. All the other girls that would come and tell me, I feel like this girl's got feelings for you. She likes you. Hey, do you know that girls talk about you, Masaluni? Hey, and then I'm not even okay with you talking to girls from church. I know Vanava, they like you, blah, 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 blah. And I cancelled most of the people out of my life. And you can't sacrifice Tinto. If you managed really to cut out Tinto for the past 3 years, what's stopping you to cut him out now that we are married? But you know what? Apparently, this Tinto guy used to date a certain girl. This certain girl, to me, is like a daughter, long-distance relationship. So Tinto is also having problems with this girl, and this girl being a good relative of mine, we're having a conversation. Now we are connecting up because our people are also connecting. So we are connecting, we're talking, we're discussing, and then this girl starts to tell me, I used to see conversations and missed calls and incoming calls from Chipo on Tinto's phone, and would fight about it. To say why. So love triangles, whatever you call them, things were happening up until she clearly mentioned it in front of a certain elder that she can't let go of Tinto because they are friends. Not just Tinto. There's a yet another guy, who's close friends to Tinto that I was told never to talk to for years. And now all of a sudden we are friends, we are buddies.
Bro.
So you see, bruh, it's a long story, man.
I am absolutely speechless.
A lot was happening, dude. So there's this other guy who's friends with Tinto, right? But this guy at some point was dating Chipo's best friend, and when he parted ways with Chipo's girlfriend, he tried his luck on Chipo, and Chipo said no, right? But now that guy is also going for Chipo's little sister. And then the justification from Chipo is, you know what? He's going to be your bam nini and what. But I'm like, why are you even entertaining this? How can someone who has dated your best friend and tried the luck on you is also going for your sister and you're okay with it? So if he knows he's also going to go for another friend of yours or another little sister of yours, this is not healthy. So I would raise those and then would fight and fight and fight. But look, she's now back with Tinto's friend, and the whole crew. And now I'm the outsider. But guess what? I'm just a guy who just came from another church. I started a life at this church. Now I'm staying in that city, So I'm now an outcast. So she actually has guts to say whatever we have, thought about. She goes to these guys and talk about it, and they laugh about it to an extent where there were people who there's one person who was there on a certain Sunday, and when they were taking pictures, and this Tinto's friend and Tinto were actually saying, we don't want to stand close to Chipo because if Mopo says this is gonna be drama. How did these guys come to know that we somehow fight about them? Means he's comfortable to go to these guys and talk about what? Talk about us. So that is exactly what was happening, Tinto. Things were not okay. First we've got Terence, now Tinto is back, and this other guy is also back, and things were not working out, man. So I got to a point where I had to sit down with myself and told myself the truth to say, okay, I know I've engaged and I've paid Drora, Lobola.
Yeah.
But if it means that's the end, let it be. I would rather they enjoy the Lobola money that they have paid. I want peace in my life.
Yeah.
I want peace. Because on top of that, she was now going around. Imagine, bruh, I've spent all the money that I had to pay Lobola. And then because we are fighting, you're going around telling your friends, he is now broke. He's got nothing. Go and tell him to even downgrade from the house he's staying and look for a one room. But guess what? The house that she's talking about, she's the one who looked for it. It was expensive, but I said it's okay. We can try to manage and secure this house so that when we get married, after the wedding, we have a good place already, other than starting to look for yet another house and, when you just get married. So she's saying that, bruh, telling people how broke I am. Yeah, he owes, he owes this and that man, this guy and that other guy money, what. So, bruh, all that when I was hearing it, I just told myself, just chill and relax. let her run the course. So she started living a life, going out for coffees. She was posting for me to see that her life is going on well. And at this time, we haven't broken up. At this time, we are still what? We are still together. And then one day I bought flowers, I bought my lunch, I went to the workplace, I dropped them. I wanted to create an atmosphere so that we can conversate. And she was telling me, you told my dad about what was happening. Right now, I want time to think about everything. I need time to pray to see if you are the right guy for me. Yeah,
Mad.
what? Bruh. Then I'm like, how many times did I want to quit this relationship? And
Yeah.
you've been coming to me telling me that you've prayed and you know what, you are going to change and what. Now you're telling me I have to wait for more than a month.
Bro,
We are, dude,
this is nuts.
we just got married June, like traditionally,
Mm.
Lobola.
Mm.
And we should be planning for a wedding to take place 6 months down the line, right?
Mm.
And then we have time to waste for a month telling me I need to pray about it, I need to do this, yeah, what. So you see, now because the parents were now involved, she's now telling the parents their side of the story. And you know, sometimes when your parents will love our kids so much that we can't really see the truth
Yeah.
in front.
Yeah, look, parents will always defend their children. But
Yeah.
whatever way any situation is.
So to tell you the truth,
Mm.
above all, I don't even blame her at all. I blame myself because I had every other opportunity to run away from this
Yeah.
before I got engaged, before I paid Lobola, before it was even as official, where the parents and the relatives got to know that we're having a thing. I should have just quitted and ran away. But I kept on tolerating with hopes that this person would change. I would try to do good, try to do this and that for her.
Mm.
But bruh, she called me one day and she told me, you know what, Mopo? I could have a better life in Nini. But I'm looking at where we came from. At the time I started dating her, everyone from our church environment was saying bad things about her, but I loved her still.
Mm.
I, um, I was there to motivate her. Sha, you need to get this and that. You are the big sister. You need to lead by example. You need to go to school. I would force her to do things, just to better herself. I went, registered a company. I registered a second company. I gave you most of the shares. Like, babe, I've got another company, so I'll give you, take most of the shares. I want you to run this. I'm going to my guys who do design. I'm supporting her to just grow as an individual because I was like, you know what? All those people who were saying nonsense about you, I want them to see you that you can be a better person. The key word that I said is vachakuchiwa, as in they will admire you. And guess what happened? Now the same people who were talking nonsense and shit about her are the same people that are now linking up with her. These Tinto guys and the friends, they now admire her, but she's now a better person than she was. She actually graduated. I was there for graduation. I would stay up all night doing assignments, supporting my wife to become a better person. But she had guts to call me holding the iPhone that I just upgraded for it, not 6 months down the line, telling me over the phone that, dude, I could have a better life. That's how people are, dude.
Wow.
And I was like, seriously? You are telling me this over the phone that I just got you, telling me I could have a better life. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's all right. So now it became like a fault-finding mission.
Yeah, of course.
Between
Yeah.
you. So I was now going to people asking, to old man, did he pay you? Oh, he hasn't paid you. Okay, that guy is a fraudster. You know what? He used to do forex trading at some point. He had a battle with friends. We even went to police. What? Okay, she's not telling people the whole truth, but she's now starting to paint a picture to people where she's calling me a fraudster and a thief and what. Hey, you even lied to me. lied to me at some point that she gave her sister money, and so yeah, she started saying things, bruh. Of course, yes, to be honest, I lied to you at some point that I'd given my sister some money so I couldn't come and marry that particular time. But it was only because we'd just gotten out of a huge fight and she was saying, come, let's get married. So I told you, no, I don't have the money now. I'd given the money to my sisters so that my sister will reinvest the money after she's done doing whatever she's doing. So yeah, I lied because I didn't want to get into marriage at that particular time because we're fighting. So, man, that's the story behind.
So how did you tell her that this is over?
So she's doing what she's doing, telling me that you know what, I'm not your wife. My father is not giving you the hand, what in marriage. You know how it is when we do this white wedding where your father gives you what.
Yeah.
So she's disregarding the fact that I've paid the baller, and just saying I'm not your wife. If you have anyone that's telling you that you can now control me because you've paid your kinds of kamari, your lobola kamari, that person is lying to you. I'm not yet your wife. What? And then she's also, uttering statements like, you know what, you're always telling me that you're behind time. If you can't wait for me to, to naturally pray about this whole issue, you can go. If you want to move on, you can move on. She's saying all this, and I'm just chilled. I'm processing now. Now I'm processing everything from the start. So I went for a month. I'm not talking to her. And that's when she started to realize, you know what? This guy, something is wrong. She started going to my best friend who's an SA, sending audios and video. What is thinking? What? And at that particular time as well, Mupo was broke. He just paid Rora, and Mupo is broke, right? So because Mupo is broke, this girl is also not linking with Tinto. Tinto was a bit well up and what. They're vibing, right? And we're fighting, but they're vibing. She's getting some good vibes somewhere. So then Mupo, because I trusted Chipo to an extent where she used to manage even my finances from my company. She used to follow up on invoices. She had access to everything. I was transparent with my finances. So she now starts to see invoices and quotations and contracts flying through the emails that we used to share. So we shared the finance email and the administration email. So she's seeing now, maybe Mupo now he's gonna get rich because all these deals that I'm seeing flying through the emails, damn, this guy's gonna make good money. So he goes to my friend, starts to ask, hey, what is thinking? I can see he's doing good, business is moving. Is he mentioning anything to do with wedding? You know what? Everything I'm doing, I just wanted to see how serious he is.
Wow.
What? And then she even tells my friend, don't tell him that I'll be asking about him. I wish the best for him. So I'm not going anywhere. So I just sent a message because it was 2 months now down the line. We're not talking. So I just sent a message to tell her that, you know what, I think we're not compatible, and it's done. That was it.
You finally had the strength to say it. Hey, this is something else, man. It reminds me of an episode that came out recently. I think it's episode 117, where a guy caught his woman involved with different men 3 times in a row, and he kept going back because he was that much in love with her. And that is very similar to you. But Chipo was clearly very toxic. She sounds like the kind of person who wasn't ready to settle and only wanted to be associated with people that she felt she could benefit from. So there's something that she wasn't getting from you, and maybe it's because you came across as a really, really good guy and she wasn't ready to settle and have a good guy. She wanted to have a cake and eat it.
Definitely, that's what I thought too. So I had to make a very bold decision. A decision that you make after you've taken all the steps. Lobola, engagement, and you just say, no, I can't do this anymore. And the world will blame you, stories will fly. But
But
I
the world
told
moves on
myself,
very quickly as well, funny enough.
hey, definitely, man. And you know, even if the paper is good, you can't read it twice, man. So whatever they'll say about me,
Yeah.
it's okay. News is already flying, but I'm okay. I'm at peace now. I know I'm safe.
Paul, what an incredible story, my guy. Thank you so much. And just to play back the lessons that came out of this episode, number 1, never ignore red flags. You can never change a person. I guess that could never be more real than what has been described here by Paul. And then lesson number 2, manage your level of tolerance. Jeez, bro, that is even more alive because you gave this woman way too much leg room to do whatever she needed to do. And you didn't give yourself enough time to move past it because the nonsense started from way too early.
Yeah, man.
You've been listening to another episode of The Phoenix Station. I'm your host, Tinto, and I look forward to catching you in next weekend's episode. Peace.
Tell me what you're feeling.
Satis ondaro rwaini andichake zaini.
Tell me what you're feeling. Now that it's over.
Satis ondaro rwaini andichake zaini.
Let me talk about my feelings. Let me talk about my feelings, yeah.
Rudo imoto runoto kujidziro amai.
Kujidziro amai. Love is a fire.
Rudo imoto runoto kujidziro amai.